Let's have a story time about boundaries in the workplace again. One time I got a job as a doctor. The job said, hey, by the way, when you work, you get paid. When you don't work, you don't get paid. And so that's how your pay structure will be. I say, that sounds like a great idea, job. And they say, oh yes, one more thing. We want you to attend all this extra training and all of this stuff. Specifically, you are required. We have a mandatory onboarding class that we need to have you go to. I say, well, great. How many hours is that going to be in a day? And they said, it's about a 6-hour course. And I said, fantastic. When am I going to be able to go? Well, they gave me 3 dates. 2 of those dates, I was already scheduled for the day to see patients. And I say, well, hey, if I do one of those days, are you guys going to get rid of my patient load? Are you guys going to allow me to see fewer patients? And they say, we'll get back to you on that. They never came back to me. And then the guidance was sort of like, hey, listen, maybe you should go on this other day where you don't have patients. That way you can fully commit to the required stuff. I said, oh, fantastic. So is the compensation, do I have an assurance that I will be compensated for the time that I spend in this mandatory event? I'll get back to you on that. They never got back to me on that. As a matter of fact, I never went. And as soon as I brought up the money, and as soon as they still didn't have an answer for me, I guess it wasn't really that mandatory because I drew boundaries in the workplace, and so should you.